Why constipation keeps coming back, and what actually fixes it. Most people think constipation is just an inconvenience, an annoying interruption, something that happens when you eat the wrong thing or skip a glass of water. But what if that belief is exactly why it keeps coming back over and over again, quietly controlling your energy, your mood, your confidence, and even how your body feels day after day without you realizing it? Constipation is rarely random, and it is almost never just about food. It is a message, and the reason it keeps repeating is because the message is not being understood. The body is not broken, it is communicating. When digestion slows, when elimination becomes difficult, when discomfort becomes normal, the body is signaling imbalance, not failure. Yet most people respond the same way every time. They panic, they force movement, they override the signal, and they move on as if nothing deeper is happening. That short-term relief feels like a solution, but it teaches the body nothing. So the signal returns, sometimes stronger, sometimes more stubborn, sometimes more uncomfortable than before. Constipation keeps coming back because the root causes are still present. The rhythm of the body has been disrupted, and rhythm matters more than most people realize. Digestion is not a mechanical process that can be pushed on demand. It is a coordinated flow involving hydration, minerals, muscles, nerves, hormones, and timing. When even one of those systems falls out of sync, the entire process slows down. When several are out of sync, constipation becomes chronic. One of the most overlooked reasons constipation persists is dehydration at the cellular level. Many people drink water throughout the day and still remain functionally dehydrated. This is because hydration is not just about fluid intake, it is about absorption. Water must move into cells, not rush through the system. Without proper mineral balance, water cannot be held where it is needed. Stool becomes dry, compact, and difficult to move, not because the body is stubborn, but because it is underhydrated internally. Minerals like sodium, potassium, and magnesium play a critical role in hydration. They help regulate fluid balance, nerve signaling, and muscle contraction. When these minerals are depleted through stress, poor diet, excessive sweating, or chronic restriction, hydration efficiency drops. The body may have enough water passing through it, but not enough being absorbed. This creates dry stool and slow movement, setting the stage for recurring constipation. Another major factor is movement, or rather, the lack of it. The digestive system evolved alongside human movement. Walking, bending, stretching, and shifting positions stimulate intestinal contractions. When the body moves, the gut moves. When the body remains still for long periods, signals to the intestines weaken. Sitting for hours each day tells the digestive system to slow down. Over time, this becomes the new normal. This is why intense exercise is not required to support digestion. Consistent, gentle movement matters more than occasional intensity. Walking after meals, light stretching, and daily physical activity help maintain intestinal rhythm. The gut responds to repetition and predictability. Movement does not need to be exhausting to be effective. It needs to be regular. Stress is another powerful contributor that is often underestimated. Digestion is controlled by the nervous system, specifically the parasympathetic branch responsible for rest and repair. When the body perceives stress, digestion is deprioritized. Blood flow shifts away from the gut, muscles tense, and digestive signals weaken. This response is protective in short bursts, but harmful when stress becomes chronic. Modern life keeps many people in a constant low-grade stress state. Deadlines, notifications, emotional pressure, and mental overload tell the nervous system to stay alert. When meals are eaten quickly, distracted, or while multitasking, the body remains in a defensive mode. Digestion cannot fully engage under these conditions. Food moves more slowly, stool formation becomes inefficient, and elimination becomes difficult. Another hidden cause of recurring constipation is impaired bile flow. Bile is produced by the liver and released by the gallbladder to help digest fats. It also stimulates bowel movement. When bile flow is insufficient, stool can become sluggish and difficult to pass. Low bile flow is often associated with very low-fat diets, chronic stress, or poor liver support. This does not mean consuming excessive fat, but rather ensuring the body has what it needs to digest properly. Many people unknowingly suppress bile production by avoiding fats entirely, or by living in a constant stress response. Without adequate bile, digestion slows, stool becomes heavier and less mobile, and constipation becomes more frequent. Supporting bile flow through balanced nutrition and stress reduction can dramatically improve bowel regularity without forcing the system. Fiber is often recommended as the universal solution, but fiber alone is not enough. Fiber requires adequate hydration, movement, and nervous system balance to work effectively. When fiber is added without addressing these factors, constipation can worsen. Fiber adds bulk, but without water and movement, bulk becomes an obstacle rather than a solution. Laxatives and stimulant remedies may provide temporary relief, but they do not restore function. They override the body's natural signaling and force movement artificially. Over time, reliance on these methods can weaken intestinal responsiveness. The gut becomes dependent on external stimulation rather than internal coordination. This is why constipation often returns more aggressively after repeated use of laxatives. True resolution comes from restoring rhythm, not forcing results. The digestive system is highly adaptable. When obstacles are removed and support is consistent, it often recovers faster than expected. Hydration improves absorption, movement stimulates signals, stress reduction restores nervous system balance, and digestion resumes its natural flow. Eating habits also play a significant role. Rushed meals, irregular eating times, and distracted consumption interfere with digestive signaling. The body prepares for digestion before food even enters the stomach. Smell, sight, and anticipation activate digestive enzymes and gut motility. When meals are eaten without presence or consistency, these preparatory signals weaken. Slowing down during meals, chewing thoroughly, and eating at regular times can significantly improve digestive efficiency. This does not require perfection, it requires awareness. The body responds to patterns. Even small changes practiced consistently can produce noticeable results. Constipation is not a personal failure. It is feedback. It reflects how the body is being treated, not a flaw in its design. When the message is understood, the need for repeated signals diminishes. The goal is not control, but cooperation. Hydration with mineral balance, daily movement, nervous system calm, digestive support, and consistent eating patterns work together. No single fix works in isolation. The body functions as a system, and when the system is supported, symptoms often resolve naturally. This process does not happen overnight, but it does not need to take years. The body is responsive. When conditions improve, it adapts. Progress comes from consistency, not extremes. Gentle support outperforms aggressive intervention every time. Constipation keeps coming back because the body is asking for rhythm, not force. When rhythm is restored, elimination becomes easier, more regular, and less stressful. Energy improves, comfort returns, confidence grows. Digestion becomes something you trust again instead of something you fight. Understanding this changes the relationship with the body. Instead of reacting with frustration, you respond with support. Instead of suppressing signals, you listen to them. That shift alone can transform digestive health. Real health is not about quick fixes. It is about alignment. When the body's needs are met consistently, symptoms lose their purpose. Constipation resolves not because it was defeated, but because it was no longer necessary. If this helped you understand what your body has been trying to tell you, subscribe and watch the next video. And if you're serious about getting results, click the link below and get yours now.